Welcome back to another episode of the Ring Fanatics podcast. I am Nick, your host. As you can tell for this episode, I am by myself. Joel couldn't make it on today, so that why he is not here. He had a last minute thing that popped up, so he couldn't make it on today's episode, but he will be back on uh starting next week again. He just has something to take care of last minute, so he couldn't be on. As always, as I say in the intro of every single episode that I've done so far, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Ring Fanatics. Press the notification bell that's on the side of the subscribe button so you get notified every single time we post an episode or any other piece of content that we are posting in the future. Also, follow us on all of our other platforms like Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and literally anywhere else we could be found. Also, including our audio streaming platforms that we could find the audio version of this podcast, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and anywhere else you get your podcasts. So, this is that side out of the way. As you can tell by the title of this episode, I'll be giving my predictions of this Sunday's AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view happening, like I said, this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe 5 p.m. Pacific Time. So, let's just get right into it. The first match that I see on the card for this Sunday's pay-per-view is for the TBS Championship. Jade Cargill will be defending her TBS Championship against someone who she had faced already in Taya Valkyrie. Like I said, they already went head-to-head before on an episode of Dynamite. So who do I have winning this match? Here's the thing. Do I think no, the only question I'm thinking right now heading into this matchup is, do I think Jade Cargill is going to lose a match and the title, obviously, this soon? I personally believe that Taya Valkyrie is a legitimate opponent for her, someone who can actually take the title off her, someone who I personally think that could take the title off of her. Because there's so many people that Jade already faced that already lost. Yeah, they could always bounce back and choose someone out of a hat that they already had go up against Jade and have them, defeat Jade Cargill to end the streak and take the title off of her. But I do think that they've built up this feud with Taya so perfectly to where I can kind of say that I kind of think that Taya can actually um, defeat um, Jade Cargill for the title. Do I think it'll happen? Most likely not. I don't think they're gonna give it to her. Tony Khan, listens to the fans, and a lot of people are on social media saying give Chris Statlander the title. Everyone's saying Chris Statlander. That's the only person that I'm seeing that people are tweeting about and posting on Instagram that's saying they should defeat Jade Cargill. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's not the best option, because I'm if I'm being honest, I'm one of those people that say that. I want Chris Statlander to be the one to take the title off of Jade and to end her streak, because, like I said, a lot of people want that. So I feel like they might give it to Chris Statlander. Um, the only thing is we don't know when she's coming back. We don't know when when Chris Statlander is coming back. That's the issue. I mean, as in terms of the fans, I believe, like, maybe reports have come out saying how long she's going to be out for. Maybe I've missed that. But I feel like the only people that actually know, besides Chris Statlander herself, is Tony Khan and AEW stars backstage that know when she's going to return. Who knows? Like, she may return Sunday at Double or Nothing. She may be coming out after, maybe setting up for, I don't know, like a random Dynamite special from now till Forbidden Door. But I don't know, because I kind of feel like for this specific matchup happening between Jade and Ty, there's the only one uh, as of now, as of to this day, that I could kind of say that, like, maybe Taya could beat Jade. Um, like I said, do I see it actually happening? No, I don't think so. Like I said, I just feel like maybe Tony's waiting for Chris Statlander. But if he is waiting for Chris Statlander, that must mean that he obviously knows when she's coming back and when the plan is to have her come back, how they're going to build that up. But if it's like a couple of months down the line, like later on this year or early next year, I would say give it up this soon. Um, Not saying I hate Jade Cargill's title reign. I actually mess with this heavy. I've been a fan of Jade Cargill's title run ever since she debuted. I've been a fan of her since the start. Um, but it's just there's gonna be a time to where like she's gonna have to lose it. You know what I mean? They didn't create this belt specifically to have Jade Cargill hold it till 5, 10 years from now. You know what I mean? She's gonna lose it eventually. Um, but I don't know. I'm gonna say Jade Cargill's winning this match, just so they maybe uh she can hold out for a little bit longer. Maybe defend it at Forbidden Door. Um, Maybe I would say she'll probably lose it at Wembley at All In. That's when she's gonna hold it till. Um, I don't see her holding it past this year. Maybe again, I actually that's gonna be my final prediction. I'm gonna say Jade Cargill is going to defeat Taya Valkyrie this Sunday at Double or Nothing, and then we're also probably gonna see a returning Chris Statlander come out maybe after to set up that feud. It's just we don't know when that's gonna happen because, like I said, Forbidden Doors the next pay per view. They're gonna have to build up that AEW versus New Japan style card for that. So I don't know if that's gonna be the match unless they do it like a triple threat to where Jade Cargill doesn't necessarily get the pin and makes her look strong. So yeah, I'm gonna say that Jade Cargill is defeating Taya Valkyrie with the returning Chris Statlander coming out afterwards. Just a little heads up, I may uh say if you watch our other previous uh AEW prediction episodes, I always say there's going to be at least some type of return, debut, or something coming out for most of the matches on the card. It's a prediction episode. I'm just giving my thoughts and what I'm predicting going to happen. Not, I don't think all of them is going to happen, but it'll be cool if some or something that I say happens. So that way, I just kind of hope it comes true. Um, but I'm gonna stick with that again. I know I said it before multiple times, but I am gonna say final prediction for this match. Jade Cargill will retain her TBS championship with the returning Chris Statlander afterwards. So, next match on the card, it is for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. FTR defending their belts against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Um, it has to be FTR, right? Um, I don't see them, losing the belt so soon. They've held it for like a month already, and like no disrespect to Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I know Joel's probably gonna be listening to this part and be like, nah, Jeff and Jay Lethal gonna win this. But like I don't like I understand their past, how great they were in the ring, their history to the wrestling business. In terms of now in 2023 and for this specific pay-per-view, I don't see Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett taking the tag titles off of FTR. That would be like the biggest surprise. Um, I've ever seen in a not the biggest. I'm sorry, I was over exaggerating on that one, but that'd be not a great decision in my opinion if that happens. Specifically after FTR like recently won it, it does not make sense to take the tag titles off of them. I kind of want to see some type of New Japan AEW style match for FTR, defending the AEW tag titles for Forbidden Door. Who would I put them against? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to give you a definitive answer on who I'd want them to face from New Japan for the Forbidden Door pay per view, but that's going to be down the line. We'll talk about that eventually uh, with Joel, but yeah, I don't think FTR are losing these tag titles right away, man. It's this feud. Obviously, also I mentioned Mark Briscoe is going to be the special guest referee, as we saw this past Wednesday night. As I'm recording this, it's Thursday night, so as of last night on Dynamite, it showed that he was kind of in between. He's not choosing a side now. You know what I mean? He's close with FTR. With specifically within the past year or two when he's defended. Him and Jay Briscoe, rest in peace, have had an amazing trilogy of matches over the past year. Um, so he's close with them. We know that already. He knows Jay Lethal personally over the past, I believe he said over 20 years. Um, So he has the history with Jay right there. And like I said, as we saw on Dynamite, he's not choosing sides. He doesn't want to choose sides. He even, he slapped Dax Harwood across the face. He's even told Jay Lethal he's not going to be on his side. He slapped Jeff Jarrett across the face. Nobody knows that he's going to make a split decision at the end of the day. Um, I feel like something is going to happen at the end of the match. Um, I feel like a lot of people are going to think that, like, because he kind of had the outburst on Dynamite this week, that's something. I feel like some type of swerve is going to happen. Um, at least I think. I don't want to speak for everyone on the internet or every wrestling fan, but I kind of think that there's going to be some type of swerve with this tag match. Maybe he'll just simply, help FTR win, so that way he can remain a babyface and run with them. He's on their side. He's helping them. He doesn't want them to lose the tag titles, especially after the past year or so he went through with them. And kind of just remain a babyface. I kind of like babyface Mark Briscoe. You know what I mean? I kind of like him recently. Is what he's doing. So I don't see him. But again, I also, even though like I said, I want him to remain a babyface. I do want FTR to win, but I also kind of feel there's going to be some type of swerve with this. I think he's special. Is it special referee or special enforcer? I don't know. I don't know if there's a difference. They might be the same thing. Let me look this up as I'm recording this. I know he's involved with it somehow. You know what I mean? As opposed to the um, Jericho and Adam Cole match happening, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I know he's involved with it somehow. I don't think he's gonna. Again, I do think he's gonna somehow cost him. Yeah, special guest referee. Yes, he is a special guest referee. So will he give FTR the belts? That's the question too. I know. Um, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like I want FTR to win. My pick is to have FTR. He's gonna remain a babyface and stick with them. Maybe cost Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal the match. Like not count to three. When they clearly had their finishers together. Um, and then just maybe after FTR hits their finisher, he counts to three for them. And then that's how he gets it done. And then you can clearly tell from there that he's choosing sides with FTR. That's how I think is gonna go down. But after this Wednesday, he obviously is gonna call it down the middle. We may see a heel turn for Mark Briscoe. He may turn on FTR and just join Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal and his crew. We don't know. Again, this is gonna be an unpredictable night. A lot of jam-packed matches, but I do think that it could potentially happen that he could turn heel. Again, do I want it to? No, but I do think that it could potentially happen. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna say my final prediction for the AEW Tag Team Championships: FTR retains, Mark Briscoe helps them, and he remains a babyface. He cost Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal the match. And FTR do deserve a longer title reign compared to the first time they won the AEW Tag Team Championships. They only held it for like a month and a half, maybe, or 2 months. The first time they won it, which shouldn't have happened. Um, you know, they're hot right now. They deserve a long, lengthy run with the tag belts. It'll be a stupid, stupid decision if they have the tag belts taken off them so soon, specifically to Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. So yeah, that's my final prediction for this match. Um, Next match on the card is the TNT Championship. Wardlow defending his title against Christian Cage. Um, I want to say Wardlow here. I love Christian Cage. I wouldn't be mad, to be honest, if Christian Cage won it. Like I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like, Christian Cage obviously his specialty is a ladder match, so people might think he has an advantage here, which he does. Which he does. Wardlow's also competed in a ladder match not too long ago. He won the Face of the Revolution ladder match, I believe, last year. It's not too long ago, but it was relatively recent. Um, I I do think Wardlow should retain it. I love Christian Cage. I wouldn't be mad if he won it, But the only reason why I'm saying Wardlow to win this match is because I do not want to see another short TNT Championship title reign. That's the only thing that's kind of aggravating me about this, is that they're just flip-flopping title reigns. Like, they had Wardlow held it for when he beat Samoa Joe at Revolution. It was like he held it for not even a week. And then Powerhouse Hobbs went, and then Powerhouse Hobbs held it for like a month, or a little bit over, a little bit less than a month. And I'm like, come on, like we don't need another short title reign here. Like, give someone a lengthy title reign. For me personally, in any company, in any title, a good lengthy title reign would be somewhere between 70 and 100 days. If you hold it between that day range, I wouldn't be mad if you lose it at any point then. If you hold it for over 100 days, cool, awesome. But there's a point where it's like it's too long and too short. And that's why I said like somewhere between 70 days to 100 days is like a perfect title reign to lose it. Like if someone had lost it between that day range, I wouldn't be mad personally. Um, but give Wardlow a lengthy title reign the second time. I believe the first time he held it for over 100 days. Make him hold it for another 100 days. Christian Cage is a perfect opponent to put him against. I do feel like at some point they're gonna have Luchasaurus go after it, and I think that's when it's gonna happen. Maybe this feud's gonna go on a little bit longer. Maybe Wardlow wins. He gets Luchasaurus gets distracted or tries to get involved. Wardlow still happens to manage to win it, and then that sets up for a Luchasaurus versus Wardlow match for at some point. Forbidden Door is like 2 months away. So not even a month away, actually. It's in June. So I don't know if they're gonna. Now that I think about it, for some reason I thought it was in July. Now it's in June. So it's been in June, but I thought it was in July. So they probably gonna like. I don't know if now that I think about it, I don't think that Luchasaurus is gonna get involved. Maybe he will. Um, but they're probably gonna have some type of match build up for Wardlow at Forbidden Door. Um, But the thing is too is like I'm pretty sure there's probably gonna be some. I can't again like I don't really follow New Japan closely, so I can't think of names off the top of my head. But if you're a New Japan person, I don't know if correct me. Someone can comment on this part. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Is there like dream matches that Christian Cage can go up against? Like yeah, he probably doesn't need a title for it at Forbidden Door, but would there be like if he had a title with him? Like would it mean something more? I don't know. If someone can comment that. But maybe if they have Christian Cage, which I hope not. Like I said, I love Christian Cage, but I'd rather have Wardlow win it, so just so he can hold it on for much longer than he has it already. But unless they're trying to build something for Christian Cage for Forbidden Door, so we can have it for that pay per view and have him a dream match with the New Japan star, then cool, I guess. But they don't need a championship for that, so I don't know. But my prediction is Wardlow retains it. Maybe Luchasaurus doesn't get involved. And maybe they'll have like a triple threat match at New Japan. My prediction, now that I think about it, I don't know if he's still involved with New Japan. Again, if someone's listening to this and they can correct me if I'm wrong. Is Hikuleo still involved with New Japan? I know yes, because he's the New Japan strong champion, right? I believe he had a match at Resurgence against Kenta. Yeah. So it'd be cool if they had like that title on the line, plus a TNT championship on the line with Hikuleo, Wardlow, and Luchasaurus, triple threat match. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Maybe they do something at Double or Nothing to where like at the end of the match, you see Wardlow and Luchasaurus doing a stare down with each other in the ring. Out comes Hikuleo with the New Japan Strong belt, and that's the tease for the match at Forbidden Door. Maybe that happens. But to me, I think that'll be a cool match. Three big guys competing for two titles, kind of like what FTR, United Empire, um, I believe Best Friends did last year when the tag belts, when they won the IWGP tag belts. I remember the Ring of Honor belts were on the line too, I believe. But they did that last year, and I think they're going to do it again this year with having two belts on the line. But that'd be a cool match that I think about it. That just popped into my head at the moment. as I was talking about it. But um, I don't know because like if I think about it too, if let's say if like Christian Cage and Luchasaurus isn't going to be involved after with the TNT title picture after Double or Nothing, what's next for Wardlow? Like what's next for him? Who will he go up against? Who will his challenger be for Forbidden Door? We don't know. It could be anybody. We don't know what they're planning. You know what I mean? I hope they have something for him at Forbidden Door. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they had the TNT title picture defended last year. So I would love it to be defended this year. So if they could do that, that'd be awesome. I would totally love that. So yeah, I'm gonna say Wardlow. He's probably gonna win it, retain it against Christian Cage. I'm hoping that we see the Luchasaurus match with Wardlow at some point. Luchasaurus deserves more. I know he's been battling that case with the mask stuff, so he's been out for quite some time. But I hope he gets a big push soon. But yeah, my final prediction for this match: Wardlow wins it. Potentially get a tease for the TNT title picture at Forbidden Door. That's what I'm also thinking. So yeah, that's my final prediction for the TNT title match between Wardlow and Christian Cage. Next matchup we have is the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal for the International Championship. Orange Cassidy will be defending it against 20 other participants. I'm assuming it's going to be like how they've always done it, like 5-5-5 in the Blackjack or Jack, whatever. No, sorry, Chris, someone can like look it up for me. Whatever the last one is, the Joker. Yeah, sorry, the Joker. Um, I think the Joker should be Orange Cassidy, given that he is the champion. I think it'll be fair. Um, I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, he's probably gonna win. He's gonna definitely uh, win it if he's the last one." Because typically in any battle royal, like Royal Rumble specifically, typically when you're like one of the last few people in the match, you have a bit higher advantage because you're freshly new into the match. So um, I don't know. I it would be cool, but he could still get eliminated. You know what I mean? He could still get eliminated and lose the title, even though he's the last person. That's happened before. Um, but yeah, so the participants they announced it. Like I said, as I'm recording this episode, they announced it earlier today. So obviously, besides Orange Cassidy, the participants in the match are Ricky Starks, Swerve Strickland, Jay White, Keith Lee, Juice Robinson, Big Bill, Lee Moriarty, Kip Sabian, Commander, Bandito, Butcher and the Blade, Dustin Rhodes, Best Friends, I went to Lucha House Party, wow. Lucha Bros, Brian Cage, and then we have Ari Davari and Tony Nese in the match. I thought they were gonna like have surprise entrances like they've always done. You know, I thought they were gonna see at least one or two surprises, but I guess they just announced it all at once. Um, But I the only person I can truly see winning this match is Jay White, probably, which is probably the favorite to win. I think Orange Cassidy has had one hell of a title run with this international championship. I would love to see him continue it, but I also wouldn't be mad if he lost it to specifically a Jay White or someone in this match that deserves it. Like a Brian Cage. I don't know. Um, Either for me, my final pick is gonna be Jay White, but I wouldn't be mad if like a Brian Cage won it. Orange Cassidy did have one heck of a title run. Um, I do think that I do think that they should have kept some of these participants, not like specifically the participants in the match a surprise, but at least taken some of them out and had some surprises in this battle royal. Because I think that's what made it fun for me watching the others in the past was that there were some surprises coming in, like, oh shoot, who's gonna come out next? Who's gonna be one of the five? It was cool because they each had separate entrances too. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they'll come out together as the five as one suit, like the hearts, the spades, but sometimes they'll come out individually. That was the cool part about it. My original prediction before they released the participants in this battle royal was that I thought we were going to see um, Will Ospreay in it, but then I remembered, and I'll explain it in a little bit. But I remembered he was competing in the Fatal 4-Way Sorry, not Fatal 4-Way, in the tournament to face Omega at Forbidden Door. I believe it's him against Archer. But originally, my prediction was that he was going to be one of the surprises, Will Ospreay. Um, I thought he was gonna go ahead, eventually make his way in it, like kind of see a head-to-head moment in this battle royal with Orange Cassidy, kind of setting up that match at Forbidden Door. So we can see that rematch from last year, Forbidden Door, with a title. Let's say like Orange Cassidy retains the title at Double or Nothing, and we see a rematch between him and Osprey, right? Uh, but then I remembered that Osprey is competing in the tournament to face Omega for the IWGP United States Championship. So that most likely is not going to happen because if I'm being honest, I love Archer, but I don't think he's going to be facing Omega because Archer is an AEW signee, so it wouldn't make sense to have an AEW signee versus an AEW signee at a AEW versus New Japan style pay per view. So that doesn't make sense to me. So I think Osprey's winning that tournament. But if he didn't, I would have said to give Orange Cassidy and Osprey a rematch from last year's Forbidden Door at this year's Forbidden Door for the International Championship. But that would be that was my original prediction for before the participants. But would I be mad if Orange Cassidy won it? No, I love his title reign. He's been doing amazing. But would I be mad if he lost it? No. If Jay White was winning it, then yeah, I'll be fine. If they gave it to someone else that's like um out of the bloom, uh maybe I'll be like, why? Like I said before, maybe Brian Cage I wouldn't be mad at. Um, but I think anybody else I would have been kind of surprised at and be like, come on, you could have given it to somebody else here. But yeah, so that's I'm gonna say my final prediction. If I were to choose my final prediction, I'm gonna say Jay White here. Um, people are already complaining that Jay White, you know, is not having a great run here, in AEW. Um, like I know like another thing that people are talking about for Forbidden Door is like Bullet Club Gold versus you know Finley's Bullet Club in like a 5-on-5 or whatever, a multi-person match for Forbidden Door, since it's technically AEW versus AEW. But I don't know if you can build that up for Forbidden Door. Like maybe you do like a one-on-one match for Jay White versus David Finley, or you do 2-on-2 Juice and Jay versus David and Finley or somebody else. I don't know. Doesn't necessarily have to be on 5-on-5, but I don't know how they're going to build that up. Um, if you give him the championship, it's most likely going to be a one-on-one match. Um, if I'm being honest, I would rather see Jay White not as international champion if he's going to face David Finlay. But again, that's not. I'm not saying that's the final match for Forbidden Door. Obviously, they can probably go with somebody else for to put up against Jay White. But that's the most talked about match for Jay White for Forbidden Door is the some type of Bullet Club versus Bullet Club match. So yeah, that's what I don't know. But if they're planning on doing something that's not that for Forbidden Door, then give the title to Jay White. If they're doing David Finlay versus Jay White, this I would rather have the title not on it. But I still would want to see Jay White win. I think that'd be cool to give him the belt. Um, to be honest, though, I think the international championship has been booked very well. Um, better than as of late, better than the TNT championship. Pac had a great reign when he won it. I thought he would have been also a great surprise if they had some surprise entrance in this match because he's also a former international champion or All Atlantic champion. Because he also had a great reign. Um, he defended it in multiple countries when he first got the title. He defended, I remember, in the UK and in Ireland. Right, that's what the international championship I thought was going to be, but maybe they give it to somebody else that could do that. Like if take it to like different countries defending against their stars, that'd be cool to do. And because I remember when this title was first introduced last year, um, I remember like Joel and I talked about that how like that should be a concept. Not every title defense should be against somebody from a different country or different promotion, but like at least give it that a chance here and there. Um, Maybe we see that specific superstar from a different country over in AEW. It's to kind of build up a storyline there instead of just a one-off match. Um, yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, but my final prediction for this match, I want to say Jay White. I love Orange Cassidy. I wouldn't be mad if he won it and retained it, but I'm going to say my final prediction is Jay White here. If he's not going up against David Finlay, if he is, then probably uh, Orange Cassidy. But I'm just going to say Jay White here. My final prediction is Jay White retaining it. So the next match we got on the card is for the AEW Women's Championship. Jamie Hayter taking on Toni Storm. Um, I don't know, to be honest. Like, I really don't know. Like, I love both of these women. I love Jamie Hayter. I would say Jamie Hayter, but like, she's. I'm hearing reports that she got injured. Again, we don't know how serious this injury is. I don't know what she injured. So I don't know if it's a terrible injury. She's gonna be out for a couple of months to a year, more than a year. I don't know. She did have tape on her shoulders when she on Dynamite this past week. So again, I don't know if she's able to compete. Then on Sunday, then it must not be that bad of an injury. But like, if she's planning on taking time off after Sunday, then it's like might as well give it to Tony Storm, so that way it's not a vacanted belt, you know, or an interim belt, like they always do. Because I hated that stuff. But if she's gonna be out for a while, I would say give it to Tony Storm. Um, but if not, if she's gonna be available to compete, then might as well just keep it on Jamie Hayter. Um, I'm gonna say Jamie Hayter for this match. You know, I love Jamie Hayter's reign, but like I also kind of want to see her go up against somebody else for Forbidden Door. Again, I feel like a lot of feuds are gonna end soon, so we can see the build up for Forbidden Door. Um, so I think Tony Storm deserves to have a match at Forbidden Door too. Because correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone's listening up to this part, I don't think there was a women's title match. Maybe there was, but she didn't. Nobody defended it. Let me check as we speak. I don't remember seeing a women's title match last year. Let me look it up as we're talking. Sorry to try to rush this. Uh, as I'm checking it, no, there was no women's match. Oh yeah, the Tony Storm. Yes, Thunder Rosa did defend it against Tony Storm. Yes, so that was the match. Um, but again, I'd rather see Jamie Hayter defend it against a New Japan star. Um, so as long as we see Jamie Hayter versus a New Japan star, then that's fine by me. But I don't want to have her see like a Jamie Hayter versus Saraya. Maybe Mercedes Monet if she's fine, because I know she got injured recently too. Um, but I'd rather have her go up against a New Japan star. I know I'm repeating myself over and over again. But yeah, I kind of don't want to see this uh feud end with the outsiders. So like I feel like they're gonna give this match to Jamie Hayter at Forbidden Door against Saraya. I hope not. I hope this injury with Mercedes Monet didn't change their plans. Because I kind of wanted that match to happen, unless they do like a Will Nightingale versus Jamie Hayter. Even though it's AEW versus AEW, she still holds. Will Nightingale still holds the New Japan belt, so it kind of makes sense. But unless they have that title change beforehand, which I highly doubt. Um, but yeah, I just hope they treat her, build her up well for Forbidden Door, because I'm not messing with this whole outsiders feud. I'm not a big fan of this. Jamie Hayter deserves a better run, unless of like I'm still waiting on this Britt Baker heel turn, or one of them a heel turn. I don't care, because I kind of want to see that matchup. To be honest, I know a lot of people probably don't want to see that happening or happening soon, but I don't know. I kind of want to see Britt versus Jamie. You know, that's something that kind of I've been wanting to see since this whole partnership um kind of start. You know what I mean? Like I love both of them, but it's like at some point we kind of want. I'd rather see Jamie Hayter by herself instead of being Britt's sidekick or Britt being Jamie's sidekick because Jamie's the champion. Um, I kind of want them to go their own separate ways, even if they just do like a hey, I'd rather not be on your side anymore. They kind of do like a friendly agreement to not be by each other's side. That's fine. Um, but I kind of at some point want to see that match. Um, I just hope for Forbidden Door they just don't have an AEW star versus AEW star for the women's championship. Give me a New Japan star against Jamie Hayter. That'll be fine. That'll be cool. But yeah, I also do want to see a Brit versus Jamie down the line, maybe at Wembley. Um, that'd be a big story for Wembley because like Jamie's from the UK. I don't know where. I think she's from England. Um, but I kind of think that like that'd be a big storyline heading into that pay per view at All In. If that's the case, I would have that's one of the heel turn happening soon. I don't think it'll be Jamie Hayter being the heel. It'll probably be Britt Baker because I think she plays the heel better. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if like either one of them. I know I'm going off topic with this match, but I would rather see a. I wouldn't mind seeing like either a Jamie babyface and a Britt heel or a Britt babyface and a Jamie heel. I think both of them play both roles very well to where like I don't mind. But if that's the case for All In, at Wembley, it makes sense to have Jamie as a babyface since she's from the UK. It makes sense. Because people are gonna start cheering her and not, want to cheer Brit. Like, why would you boo your hometown hero? I don't know. They could do stuff with it. I don't know, but I hope that's the match for All In. Maybe we'll see that set up. We start seeing teases here and there from Double or Nothing to Forbidden Door, and then Forbidden Door it happens. Like after Jamie's match at Forbidden Door, we see a Brit heel turn, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I my final prediction for this match, I'm gonna say Jamie Hayter retaining it, if she's 100% healthy, which like I said, it may seem like she's 100% healthy because she is defending it. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna still say uh Jamie Hayter retaining her belt. Next matchup we have on Double or Nothing this Sunday is the Anarchy in the Arena match, the Elite versus Blackpool Combat Club. One of the matches I'm actually, well, this whole entire card I'm looking forward to most of these matches, but this one is the one I'm looking forward to the most. This is the one that um, draws me in the most out of every match here. Both this story has been heating up quickly. Both teams are like, um, I don't know, it's just amazing. This storyline is just perfect. It's built up well. I think it's gonna go on um for Blood and Guts for maybe a little bit after Double or Nothing. I think that's what it's leading to because last year it did the same thing to where the same participants in the Anarchy in the Arena also took place in Blood and Guts. And same thing for the year before. I think it was the Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. But I do think it's obviously most likely going to happen at Blood and Guts after. Who do I want to win though? Because the thing is with this matchup between the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club, I wouldn't mind either of them winning it because I love both these teams. Both of these teams, like I said, have been built up within this course of this feud. Have built up properly to where like I personally don't know who's gonna win it. But the thing is too, that's what I thought at first. But the thing is too, I was thinking about it. I'm like, who's gonna benefit the most from winning it, and who's gonna get hurt most from losing? Um, because both of them can benefit from the win, right? But I think if Blackpool Combat Club loses, it's gonna hurt them a lot because um they're just built up as badasses who just want to wreck shit and just beat everyone up. Um that's what they've been portrayed as over this past year or so since Rico had first come in last year and formed this group. You know what? I think my prediction is gonna be Blackpool Combat Club too, because as I think about it, like if the Elite win, how would they build it up to where they still build it up for Blood and Guts? Like, yeah, they could just do like, oh, we still want our shot. We're not done with you, Elite. You know, we want to kick your ass more. We want to do it in Blood and Guts, kind of like a setup for that, maybe. But it's like I kind of think that like maybe the way I see it happening at Double or Nothing is maybe Don Callis comes out again. You know, he comes out and costs Kenny the match. You know, I'm thinking that somebody is going to come out and like with Don Callis and maybe attack Kenny again. We don't hear from Don Callis. We don't get maybe once in the beginning we get a mention from Don Callis about Don Callis from commentary. Then like maybe after that it's just like no mention. Then at the very end, near the very end, we see Don Callis come out. Then maybe like the Elite surround him. You know, all four of them surround him. Like now it's 4 against 1. Maybe like Takeshita comes out with him or something, or maybe some. I feel like Takeshita should come out with Don Callis because like I said this I think 2 weeks ago, right after Don Callis turned Takeshita, and I'm saying this for a long ass time. Takeshita should join Blackpool Combat Club. Like I don't know why Tony Khan. I don't know if he doesn't think that he doesn't fit, but like I think Takeshita fucking fits in that group, right? Like especially if Don Callis turned on Kenny Omega, and Don Callis was the one that was trying to get Takeshita to join the group. Are the Elite going to trust him? I think that should build that story up and be like, nah, we don't trust Takeshita. Don Callis brought you in. We don't trust you. So I don't think they're going to have that kind of mindset as of right now. But I do think that like Takeshita should turn on them, join Blackpool Combat Club. Don Callis should manage them. That's how I think of it should happen. And then maybe he's the fifth person because I think Joel mentioned this. I don't know if we got that on recording 2 weeks ago. Um, the episode we did before the Night of Champions predictions. But I think he said that like he did say that Blood and Guts is typically 5-on-5. I know last year's was 6-on-6, but it's not 4-on-4. So they're gonna have to add a fifth person for both teams, right? So I think the best person to add on for Blackpool Combat Club is Takeshita. He should join Blackpool, join that group, and then done. Um, but the thing is, too, is like you could say Ibushi should join. Yeah, that's a perfect fit for them. But it's like, would you wait till after? Um, yeah, I would say to wait till after Forbidden Door because they did it last year. They waited till after Claudio debuted at Forbidden Door to have him in that match because he was in it last year. But yeah, I would say just keep pushing that a little bit. Maybe have still have them in the mix of like you know still feuding with the next month, and have that set up for after Forbidden Door. Maybe at Forbidden Door is when Ibushi comes through and joins them because that's what I think was going to happen. I think that Ibushi is going to come out of Forbidden Door and and help the Elite in whatever match they get involved in. Because I don't think it's going to be Elite versus Blackpool Combat Club again. Because like I said, it's AEW versus New Japan. They're going to have probably have their own separate matches throughout that night, and then just build it up separately. Um, so yeah, I think it makes sense for Blackpool Combat Club to win this match, mainly because I don't think that if the Elite win, because if I think that if the Elite win, I kind of feel like that's the end of the story. Not the official stamp on the story, but like at least it's kind of be like, now what? Yeah, Blackpool Combat Club could easily say, hey, we still want to fight you guys, but can you drag it out for another month with that storyline? That's why I think Takeshita should come out with Don Callis and attack the Elite and cost them the match at Double or Nothing, so that way the story can somewhat continue. Because I don't think the Don Callis stuff should just be brushed under the rug. He's definitely got to play in part of this somehow or some way, shape, or form. So I think that's what's going to happen. My final prediction is Blackpool Combat Club wins at Anarchy in the Arena with the help of Don Callis and Takeshita. That's what I was going to think. That's what I think is going to happen. And then, yeah, Forbidden Door is probably going to be like the Elite for somebody from New Japan, Blackpool Combat Club. Like Mox, I think it's Mox most likely going to end up facing Okada. I know Resurgence. That's what was like the kind of the tease. But then yeah, but that's what I think is going to happen. That's my final prediction for this match. Blackpool Combat Club is going to win with the help of Don Callis and Takeshita. Next match, we have two more matches left. We kind of flew by here. Um, this was going to be a short episode to begin with because usually when I have Joel, we usually bounce off each other and just talk for hours. But this might be less than an hour episode. But next match we have on the card is the unsanctioned match between Chris Jericho and Adam Cole. Also to include the fact that Sabu is an enforcer of this match. That was a great surprise this past Wednesday. When Sabu came out, I wasn't expecting him to show up. It was a random surprise. I don't mean that in the bad way. It was cool because it was Sabu, but it's also like it was this kind of feel random to where like, does he need to be in the match? Not really. If they're planning on using him long term, then okay, kind of makes sense. But if we're not going to see Sabu be involved in this match at all, or involved in the storyline afterwards, and it's like I don't know what the point of that was for. I think Adam Cole said he was from Las Vegas or something. I don't know, but as if he's going to be part of it afterwards, then cool, awesome. I haven't seen the All Elite graphic from him yet, so I don't think he's officially signed to the company. But yeah, I would say who do I have to win this match though? That's the question. Because I love both these guys. Adam Cole's been my favorite for a long ass time, but so is Jericho. Um, I want to say Adam Cole here. You know, um, I'm gonna say Adam Cole winning this. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is just I don't want to say a. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be like a placement feud for Adam Cole. I think after this, we're gonna see another match. Step into another feud specifically for Forbidden Door. Um, but this is just for him to get his footing back after being out for so long. Like I know he's had a couple matches already, but this is just gonna be like to get everyone hyped by Adam Cole again. You know, we all missed him during those 9 months. We all love him still. We all had that big crowd reaction. I just think this is great. This match is gonna be like shit. I miss Adam Cole. I can't wait to see what he has in store in the future. And uh, I think this is just like I said. I feel it's gonna be like a filler type match. So that way we get to see maybe Adam Cole versus somebody else at Forbidden Door. Um, but unless somehow, shape, or form, because like I said before, I feel like a lot of these matches are just like they're gonna end here, and we're gonna start seeing the build up for Forbidden Door. Maybe we're gonna see somebody come out afterwards and like um maybe tease that match. I do think though that like maybe at the end or after the match, either like I think Kyle O'Reilly is going to return. I think he's one of the people that are going to return tonight. Not tonight, sorry, at Double or Nothing. Um, we haven't seen him for quite some time. I don't know how long he was supposed to be out for with his injury. So I don't know when his original time frame is to come back. Again, the only people that know that is other than Kyle O'Reilly is AEW Tony Khan himself. If he's ready, bring him back at Double or Nothing. Have Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, and Kyle O'Reilly have a trios match at Forbidden Door. Possibly set that up for at Double or Nothing. Um, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to see. But I do think Adam Cole deserves this win. I do think that should keep his momentum up, especially after being out for so long. And like I said, I know he's had a match before this, but um, I would say Adam Cole. I would love to see that big reaction to when he wins. He deserves it. I love Adam Cole. I love Chris Jericho too. I love his work and what he was like, all time and recently too with AEW. But just that he doesn't need to win it now. I think he's just helping out to just say like he has a feud going on. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Adam Cole is gonna win this match, and I do think Kyle O'Reilly is gonna come back, so that way they can set up a 6-man tag for Forbidden Door. Um, so quick, before we get to the main event, for the AEW World Championship, Tony Khan did say that at Forbidden Door they were going to announce the participants for the Owen Hart tournament. I'm gonna be excited for that because I want to know who's gonna be in it. I do hope that they have Adam Cole involved since he won it last year, and Britt Baker because she won it last year. I do also think that they're gonna have a New Japan versus AEW style tournament because that'd be sick. You know, I think it's gonna end around Forbidden Door time, so that'll only make sense to do that. Because I believe last year they had the finals at Double or Nothing. If they're starting it after Double or Nothing, might as well end it at Forbidden Door so that way you have a New Japan versus AEW star in that tournament. That'd be sick. So I just wanted to say that out of the way before I get into the next match. So the final match of the card, the Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW World Title, MJF versus Darby Allin versus Jungle Boy versus Sammy Guevara. I think MJF is going to retain it. I don't think any other ones are going to win it. Would I love to see one of them win it? Of course. Um, it'd be cool if one of them others won it, but I think it's also too soon for MJF to drop his title right now. Um, if say hypothetically, if one of them were to lose it, if MJF were to win it and the other one, if one of the other ones were to win it, I would say probably Jungle Boy to win it. Yeah, like I think Darby and Guevara have been on TV longer over the recent times or over Jungle Boy, but like I do think that Jungle Boy is my favorite, so I'm just saying him. I wouldn't like again. I wouldn't mind if any of the other three win it, but I do think MJF is gonna retain it because he's had it for a few months already. It'll be too soon if they dropped it. A lot of people are saying that his title reign is like stale now. You know, like a lot of people aren't fucking with MJF. Um, this feud picked up for me. At first, I was like, I remember when it first happened when all four of them were in the ring at the same time with the first time when MJF was world champion. That moment was special. It was like, damn, all four pillars in the ring at the same time. They're actually gonna do this match now, which is awesome. On paper, it looks cool. But during the storyline, for me, it was like there were ups and downs. There were moments where I was like, I'm not too hyped for it. But then over the course of the time, it's like, okay, now I'm starting to get more hyped about it because it's starting to pick up a little bit. The story is starting to get up there. Now I'm excited because they had some vignettes this past Wednesday night that they showed where it was like, shit, Jungle Boy is serious about this. Sammy Guevara is serious about this. Darby Allin is serious about this. He wants to win. But will they win? No, not really. MJF is most likely going to retain it. And I've said this in the past too. MJF is going to most likely win it, not cleanly. He's going to end up, I think AEW does the same thing to where, like in Fatal 4-Way Triple Threat matches, is basically no DQ. So he can get away with a disqualification here. You know what I mean? He can hit like one of them with the diamond ring he has and then cost them the match and wins there. Or he just pokes one of them in the eye, does his finisher, then boom, win right there. So I do think MJF is going to win the match, retain his title, but not cleanly. Because that's MJF. MJF has been doing that for a while in AEW, that's how he wins. He's had Wardlow for so long, now he doesn't. So it's just he's just been finding ways to win, to get around and get a victory, But the thing is, with this time, there's three other people. Will he get it? I'm curious to know how he's gonna get away with it this time. He definitely is gonna win through a cheating way, but I want to know how he's gonna do it. That's what I always look forward to in an MJF match. But yeah, like I said, I do think MJF is gonna retain it. He's probably gonna cheat to win it, and I wonder who he's gonna face next because I said this multiple times already in this episode. This is gonna be a like one time thing, then on to Forbidden Door. I wonder who MJF is gonna face at Forbidden Door. I wonder who his opponent is gonna be. Like he needs a challenger from New Japan. I don't know at the moment. Again, I don't really follow New Japan as closely as AEW. So if anybody is watching this part and they have an idea on who they think should go up against MJF, let me know. But that's what I'm curious to find out too, who he's gonna go up against at Forbidden Door, because he's definitely gonna have a match there. But yeah, I'm going to say MJF is going to win this match, and he's going to cheat to win. That is my final prediction for that match. And that is actually the final match on the card anyways. So um that's my prediction. I was put by kind of fast. Not really. It's been 50 minutes. It's been shorter than usual episodes. Again, Joel couldn't make it on today, so just me. It kind of just flew by there. Gave my quick predictions on each match. Once again, this has been episode number 119 of the Ring Fanatics podcast. I am Nick, your host, and we will catch you next time. Joel will be back next week. And like I said, this has been episode number 119, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.